Plants need water. Plants need light. Plants need warmth. How can we investigate this? Here I have some of the things to help me with this investigation. These are tomato plants. These are the seeds that I planted quite a long time ago now, and this is the plant that they start to grow into. They'll get bigger and bigger until eventually they'll have flowers, and then they will have fruit, which we will be able to eat, that we know as tomatoes. But I'm going to need 4 plants for my investigation. Why do you think I'm going to need 4 plants? Did you work out why we need 4 plants? It's because we need to have 4 different conditions. This plant will get no warmth. This plant will have no water. This plant will have no light. And this plant is what we call the control. That means that this plant will get light, it will have warmth, and it will have water. That means we can compare our results with the control. How can we make sure it's a fair test? We make the test fair by using the same kind of plant. As you can see, these are all about the same size too. They're in the same size pot and they're the same plant. That means it's going to be fair. We can compare our results. We also make sure that if we are giving a plant water, we give it the same amount of water. So 3 of them will have this amount of water each time. We also make sure that we put the plants in similar places so they get the same amount of light if they're not being tested for light, and they get the same temperature. Let's have a look where we're going to put our plants. This plant needs to be outside where it's cooler, so I'm putting it in my greenhouse so that it doesn't get extra water if it rains. It's a lot cooler out here, and if we look on the thermometer, you can see it's about 12 or 13 degrees. It will get light here, plenty of light, but it also needs water. So I'm going to give it a good drink of water before we start. These 3 plants are all indoors. That means that they're somewhere warmer than the one we put outside. Inside, as you can see on here, the temperature is about 18 or 19 degrees. So that's quite a bit warmer than outside. The one that's got no water, well, I don't give it any water. The one that is the control does need water. This one also needs water. But it's not allowed any light. So I'll put it inside a bag, and you can see it in there. And I'm going to seal the bag up so that no light can get inside. And what we'll do is we'll come back in a couple of weeks and we'll see what's happened to our plants. While we're waiting to find out our results, what could you do? Try cutting open a tomato. Have a look if you can find the seeds inside. The ones in here are quite tiny. The bigger the tomato, the bigger the seeds. Take the seeds out, have a go at planting them, see if you can get them to grow. Here's a tomato plant I've taken out of the pot, and I've labelled the different parts of it. The roots, the stem, the leaf and the leaves. Watch out for that tricky spelling. You could also collage or draw your own diagram of a plant. Here's some examples. You can investigate what happens when leaves don't have any light by putting tin foil over the end of a leaf, or in this case over the whole leaf, as I've done here. And I have another experimental one down here. Hopefully this won't kill your plants, but you can find out what happens. You can use the links in the Year 2 emails that I'll send so that you can do the online quizzes. And of course, we'd love you to email photos of the work that you do. If you do email us photos, please make sure that there are no photos of yourself or other children and that you don't put names on your work, because I would really like to be able to put some of the photos on the lessons so that everyone can see each other's work, but I can't do that if you've got photos and names. Remember all the work we did in e-safety. You've got to protect your data, protect your information, but it's fine to email any work. I hope you're all keeping well. I hope your families are safe, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye.